Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Chris Thornley. I'm the chair of the Board of Health of Monroe, Connecticut. I'd like to welcome everybody this evening. We haven't gotten together in quite a while. We obviously have lost Mary Porter. She had left right after the last meeting. And we have also lost Nancy Brault, our director. So we certainly wish both of them well and all their future endeavors, and certainly welcome our new director of health, Miss Amy Leahy. Excuse me, Lahaney, I apologize. I got it right the second time?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to, for the record, put down all of the roll call. So we have Barbara Kraske monitoring everything. We have Enid Lipids, town council member, and Mike Herlihy as the vice chair as well, all in attendance. We do not have any other public participation. So at this point, we can go ahead and move right to the next item on our agenda, which is going to be to approve the minutes from the last meeting, which actually goes all the way back to April of this year, excuse me, of last year. Okay. So at this point, I'll motion to approve the minutes. And you know what? I don't even think we can do this because Amy wasn't here and Mike was not here for that meeting. So we wouldn't even have, technically nobody could really vote besides me. So we'll just go ahead, Eden, sorry.
Was I there that meeting? Yes.
I don't know because I closed it.
Yeah, she's listed on the minutes.
Yeah, unfortunately though, she's not a voting member of the board, so so technically
Correct.
she can't vote on this. So at this point, we will I guess just enter it as unable to vote, as Mike would have to abstain and you would have to abstain from the vote at this point. So I vote and I pass the motion myself, I guess, for whatever that might be worth. So at this point, without any further ado, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Amy, and she can go over some of the numbers and so forth that we have for this last, I don't know, 8 or so months. Take it away, Miss Amy.
Sure. So just for a quick introduction, my name is Amy Lahaney. I have a master's degree in public health from Southern Connecticut. I have a bachelor's in environmental science from St. Bonaventure University. And I have been in the field since for almost 20 years now. I worked for the City of Stamford Health Department. I worked for the Town of Fairfield Health Department. And most recently, I was in the City of Bridgeport Health Department. So I'm very excited to be here in the town of Monroe, and it's been a great 3 weeks since we've gotten started. So just to go over real quick, the environmental health activity report. Obviously, a lot of this is pre when I arrived. So what I am focusing on right now is increasing all of these numbers to get back to the levels where we were at pre-COVID. So today alone, I've done 3 salon inspections. Tomorrow I'm planning to start 2 more restaurant inspections, and we have been very blessed to have Laurel Shaw helping us since we don't have a sanitarian currently, and she's been taking care of all of the septics and soil testings that have been coming in. So all of those numbers have been pretty consistent throughout the year. We also posted the chief sanitarian position yesterday. And so I'm hopeful that maybe by the end of this month or the beginning of next month, we will have a new sanitarian so we can continue to work on catching up on some of our routine inspections that haven't been done. Before I go to the next one, does anyone have any questions on the environmental health activity report?
No, nothing from me. I mean, obviously the only real glaring thing is the amount of inspections and, for all of everything that has gone on, totally understandable. Unless somebody else has something they need to review, I'm saying continue on.
All right, sounds perfect. So the next thing on the agenda was the revenue report. All of the salons have been relicensed and have paid for their license fees for this year. Barbara has done an excellent job in maintaining and staying on top of all of that. So that went really well. Most of our other revenue projections are looking pretty good. Our big revenue will come in March when our food and restaurants get relicensed for this fiscal year.
I didn't see, unless I just missed it, that you didn't send out like a year ending for the 21-22, fiscal year. So,
Okay.
So you're saying that we did receive everything, and budget wise, we were pretty close to what we were projecting and so forth for that fiscal year, which obviously ended in June.
I don't know. I didn't go that far back. I was just looking at the current projections for this fiscal year.
Okay.
But I can look and see what Nancy had in her records as in regard to the last fiscal year.
Okay, because we just hadn't met since, April, as we just discussed. So, it's not that big of a deal. Obviously, there's nothing we can do about it. Or it was just something that I was kind of thinking about as I was looking at some of the numbers that are on here.
Sure, I can
think
go
it's
and find
pretty
something.
close. Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead, Enid.
Oh, no,
I'm
it's
not
Barbara.
saying-
I said,
Oh.
I think we were pretty close last fiscal year to what was projected.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think I kind of figured we would be pretty close. It was just a matter of making sure that everything got collected, and Barbara's normally really good about, following up with some of these folks that don't tend to take care of their bookkeeping quite as quickly as others, type thing. So, okay.
I'm trying to see real quick if I can find it on the share drive that I could pull it up. I'm not sure where it would be under.
Go into finance.
Oh, finance. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So last year, it looks like we had $82,950 in revenue. We had been proposing $85,382, so we met 97.2% of our revenue projection.
Okay.
And then to go along with revenue, I did kind of change the agenda up a little bit and took the grant section off because they're going to vary, and a lot of those had ended, and it's kind of, I'm working through a lot of budget revisions and reporting right now. I can answer any specific grant questions, but the big grants that we're currently working under are the the Public Health Emergency Preparedness Grant. We are in between our two COVID grants, ELC1 and ELC2. So we're in between those waiting for a contract. And then that's it. All of the other grants had expired. So I am trying to contact somebody at the state to see about if we can get a few of those back.
Okay.
And that's all I had for the Director of Health discussion items.
All right. Okay. So as far as the next item on the agenda, it looked like you put together the dates for the coming year's meetings.
Right. So there was unfinished business. I wasn't sure if there was anything from April that was still left. So I kind of left that just as unfinished business.
Yeah, nothing for me.
Okay. So then the next
Oh,
thing,
I'm sorry. There was. I wrote two
Okay.
things down. I apologize.
okay,
One was we were going to talk about was there any, and I'm assuming not, but do you know if there was a lot of asking of the public calling us to get any kind of COVID booster shots? Because Nancy had said that, obviously all of the local pharmacies in Monroe were all offering, the new booster. But there was something to do with, and I don't even remember exactly what it was, but just making sure that we didn't drop the ball as the health department, that we needed to, for some reason, ramp back up to give booster shots, which kind of didn't think we did, which is why we decided not to. But what, do you know if there was any kind of calls about anything like that, Barbara?
Not that I'm aware of. I know that we did have people on the homebound list that the nurse, Sam Cousins, went out to do.
Mhm.
There were about 10 people. Other than that, I didn't get many calls, no.
All right, good.
and to go along with that, we have recently filled the public health nurse position that was opened.
You're awesome, because that was my next question.
Yes, so I am super excited. I think I was doing a happy dance all through the office yesterday. Barbara could tell you that a retired nurse from the town of Stratford Public Health Department will be coming over here to be our nurse for the 8-hour-a-week position that we had open.
Excellent.
So she is looking forward to starting next week, it looks like.
Excellent. Good deal. All right. Well, that wraps it up for me. What else we got here? Okay. Was there anything else that anybody had any questions on? Mike, can you remember anything that we were talking about in the springtime that we wanted answered or anything like that?
Wasn't even at the April one, so I'm not even sure.
No, I know you weren't at the April one. I was just, just out of the blue.
Nothing I can think of at this time.
Okay. All right, so why don't you go ahead and continue on there, Amy?
All right, so the next piece of new business is the dates for the Board of Health meetings for the year January 2023 to January 2024. And those dates were included in the packet that was emailed out for the second Wednesday of every month at 6 o'clock. And
Okay.
I think we need to vote on those.
Yeah. Was there any, there was nothing that we needed to move a date or anything like that? Because every once in a while we'll have a holiday fall on something, like, I don't know, last year, year before, or whatever, maybe it was even this year, we had like Veterans Day fall on the second Wednesday. But there was nothing that you saw that would inhibit us from meeting on those days?
Not when I looked real quickly. I will just say that there's a possibility that for the July meeting, I will be on vacation.
Okay.
It's typically the week we're gone. But
Now,
that was,
These dates that you could email me? I know it's the second Wednesday. Do we have a list someplace?
yes, I can forward you that email right now.
Okay, because I never got the minutes or anything, Just a little orphan.
Okay, I just re-forwarded them to you.
And the Jewish holidays are not Wednesdays. I just have to look on the town council calendar, so
Okay, perfect.
don't have to.
Okay, so I will motion to accept the given dates on the draft that Amy has put up. I need somebody to second. Okay, Mike
I'll
has
second
second.
it. I second it.
You can't second it, Eden.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, though. Mike or Amy?
I think Mike seconded it.
Mike, okay. And then as a roll call for Voting, I vote yes. Amy, you vote,
Yes.
and Mike, you vote.
Yes.
Thank you. Vote carries unanimously. We will go ahead and have those dates posted as our meeting dates going forward.
All right, and then the other new business is, it's still in the very early stages, but I had started working on our proposed budget for the fiscal year 2023 to 2024, and have presented it to the first selectman. There's not really a large substantial change from what had been requested last year. Plus, I just got here, so I'm kind of trying to figure everything out. But it pretty much stayed all the same. The position stayed the same, and so there was really no major changes.
Okay. And Ken was okay with technically not going through the board.
Yeah, he did mention it.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, because normally we have some kind of discussion about, should we, change rate fee schedules and different things like that.
I did talk to him about that separately and mention that that was something that I would like to look into going forward. But I think I would like to wait a few months until I kind of get a feel for how everything is around here, and then maybe take a look at the fee schedule. There are some fees on there that are somewhat confusing. And
Okay.
so I'd love to try to streamline it, but I'd like to wait a little bit and get a handle of where everything is.
Sounds like a plan. Okay.
And that's all I had on the agenda.
And that is it. As they say, that's all she wrote. Does anybody have anything that we need to talk about, discuss, anything like that?
I
Mike,
don't think so.
you're good?
No, I don't think.
Okay. Enid, anything that coming from town council that we need to talk about or worry about?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Then I will go ahead and motion to end our meeting. It's approximately 6:20.
Don't move. Oh, I can't vote though.
Oh, do you need a second?
I need a second.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Mike, you vote to dismiss this evening, adjourn?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your time this evening. Amy, if you could just hang on for a couple minutes.
Sure,
I just
absolutely.
wanted to talk to you a couple things real quick.
Okay.
So we are all set, everybody. I am stopping the recording if I could find the button.